guys, it's Willow and welcome back to my channel. Today's video I thought I would just do a chill draw with me, and I'm going to be colouring in this Easter/spring character I've already done the sketch and line out for, and then I hope to maybe fill the other page with some smaller Easter drawings. So feel free to grab your sketchbook and draw along with me. Also, I just want to quickly apologise for the video being kind of blurry. I'm not sure why that happened, but yeah, hopefully we can just ignore that. So the first thing I did was just pick out a spring themed colour palette, and then I coloured in her little dungaree shorts thing blue. And because I'm using markers, the first layer was kind of patchy, as it usually is, but I kind of decided that I liked the patchiness because it reminded me of denim, so I just left that how it is. And then I used an orange and yellow to colour her top stripy. Also, I'm in like one of the biggest art blocks I've ever had, which is kind of why I haven't been posting much recently, and I've barely filled out any pages in my sketchbook at all, even though I got it quite a while ago, and the pages that I have filled out, apart from this one, are not any proper drawings, they're just random sketches. Like, this is the first proper drawing I'm doing since my last video. So hopefully I can get kind of out of this art slump. I have been working on this art project for school, but that requires some more realistic drawing, so I haven't got a chance to use my alcohol markers in ages. Speaking of alcohol markers, I decided to make the hair a orange and pink gradient and switch it up a little bit because I thought it would add a little pop to the character. And then I went back in with a purple marker to add some shading, and for an accessory I added a little yellow and green bow. By the way, it's currently my Easter holiday, so I really want to post more, and I'm going to try and get at least one bonus video out, but I just have had no idea what to make videos about, so I really need your guys' opinion in the comments on videos that you'd like to see me do in the future, because I don't want people to get bored of these draw with me's every week. As you can see, I'm now colouring in the basket. I messed up a lot for the line out for it because I actually hadn't sketched that out beforehand. I thought I'd just swing it and it didn't go that well, so there is kind of just a random line on it, but I just accepted the imperfection and moved on. After doing that drawing your OCs video, I've understood the power of backgrounds, so I wanted to add some sort of background to this drawing so it's not just empty white space. So as you can see, I started with these green wavy lines, which is one of my classic go-tos when it comes to filling space. And I also came back to the shading with the purple marker so that it stood out a bit more. In my drawings, I like to use a combination of cell shading and soft shading, I think it's called. I don't know. But I mean, I usually blend out everything, but sometimes I leave some hard edges where I want the shadows to stand out. And since I don't have much else to say about this drawing, to be honest, I'm gonna just talk about ways that I get rid of art block when I have it, since it's kind of relevant because I have it right now. So what I usually do if I haven't drawn in ages is just like force myself to draw like I am right now, because that usually does the trick. But sometimes, like early in the stages of art block, I usually just draw something in a medium that I don't usually use, so that can be like I paint something or I do it digitally, because then there's not as much pressure on me to make it look good, and I'm not really that bothered about the end result, so I don't keep like tweaking it or whatever. And I think one of the reasons I haven't been drawing as much lately is because of my channel. I kind of like feel more pressure to draw and to make my sketchbook look nice because it's going to be in my videos, and in a way I'm more scared to make bad art because of my channel. Like, I'd rather not make any art at all than make bad drawings, because obviously I want to be showing you my best work, but like the truth is that not every drawing is going to be better than the last, and I'm trying to like accept that and get out of the mind frame that every drawing needs to be really good and a whole like piece in my sketchbook. I'm trying to just do some more random sketching and stuff just for myself and for my own improvement. And if any of you who have channels are having like the same problem, just remember that most of the time it's just you that's going to like notice the imperfections in your art, and to other people, like, they don't really care that much. They'll probably not even notice that much of a difference, even if you feel like you're not doing your best. Most of the time it's just overthinking, and only you are gonna notice that. So I would just say to give yourself a break and not worry so much about whether your art is the best it can be. Just keep doing it because it's fun and you will be improving in the long run. Okay, enough of that motivational speech or whatever it was. As you can see, I've pretty much finished the drawing on the left page and I've started the second page, which is just going to be a spring inspired page, and I haven't really got a plan for it. I'm just doing a bunch of random drawings and I'm really just winging this one. I'm literally not even using any pencil to sketch anything out or even in my head planning out where anything's gonna go. I'm just going with the flow. For example, here I was drawing some Easter eggs, but I didn't even like sketch out the shape or anything, and I just went straight in with markers. And as you can see, that was not a very good idea because they were looking quite bad, to be honest. I couldn't decide for the rainbow egg if I wanted it to be blended or not, and the egg on the left colour scheme is just not it. I was trying to like plan it out with a really light grey, but the grey ended up being darker than I expected, and then the blue marker kind of just expanded into the grey. So I did what I always do when things are going wrong. I just drew some random flowers all over the page because, you know, spring flowers. Yeah, let's just pretend that it was a good idea. But anyway, I did that, and at this point I was thinking, well, the page is pretty much ruined anyway, so I really just went crazy and I did this black outline on the eggs, and it was so wobbly and was not really what I was going for at all. But can we just take a moment to appreciate this lighting? It's so nice compared to what it was before. Hopefully I'll be able to film more of my videos with natural lighting now, unless of course I'm filming a last minute video at like 10 p.m. But my desk is basically faced the opposite way to the window, so there's not really ever much light in the video unless I'm stepping away from my desk, like right now, which is why I usually have to like edit the brightness and exposure of my videos. I mean, in terms of editing my videos, I don't do that much anymore. I just make the lighting better, record a voiceover, and then add background music. In some of my older videos, I would like add loads of overlays and text and stuff and actually try with my editing, but now I just don't have enough time. So I just put a voiceover on and speed up the footage. So I'm kind of guilty of being lazy with my editing now. But in my first few videos, I didn't do time lapses. I did videos where I would like edit it so it would look like it's in real time. But the editing took so long. It took like 5 times the amount of time it takes now. Because, for example, if I was colouring skin, I would show the start of me colouring and then cut out the middle of it and then just show the end so that it's smooth. And it just took so long. I mean, the editing did look really nice, but it was not efficient or practical, so I couldn't keep doing that. One thing I'm always kind of concerned about when I'm editing is that I feel like I start the videos with my voiceovers being really loud, and I feel like they get quieter over time. Because on CapCut you can see like the little blue spikes which show how loud you are, and I feel like they always get smaller as I get to the end of a video. Maybe because I'm losing patience and energy. I try to make my voiceovers sound like enthusiastic, but sometimes I just sound really bored, and I promise I'm not, it's just how I sound. Also, half the time I'm like trying to be really quiet so that nobody else hears me, and whenever I'm recording my voiceovers in my bedroom, the sound is really muffled because of like the bed and stuff. And yeah, sorry, I'm just ranting about random voiceover struggles. But back to the drawing. I used a blue highlighter to fill in some of the gaps to make it kind of look like the sky. Well, actually I wasn't really trying to make it look like anything, but it does kind of look like the sky. I was just trying to fill in space, and I didn't like how the harsh outline on the eggs looked, so I just tried to cover that up with a white gel pen, and I added a shadow to the eggs. And then you can also see that I brought in these petals that I picked up from the floor outside, and I wanted to give the spread a bit more of a 3D element, so I stuck some of those petals down. They were already a couple of days old, so that's why they look a bit brown, and I am aware of the fact that they're going to like get dry and no longer be bright pink, so in the future they will kind of just look like pressed petals is what I'm hoping, like pressed flowers, and worst case scenario is they look like random brown splotches on my sketchbook, but you know, it's nature after all. But if they look really bad in the future, I can just take them off. And since that wasn't enough for me, I found this like Easter ribbon I had, and I just stuck little pieces of it all over the spread as well. It was actually really nostalgic because the ribbon was from when I was younger, and we used to have to make like Easter bonnets for school, and then we would have like an Easter parade, and it was like elite childhood memories. The spread was getting a bit chaotic at this point, so So I just decided to dial it back a bit and I took off some of the petals. And also I was trying to put a chick in the basket, I think, but it wasn't working out, so I didn't want to force it. So I just kept adding more ribbon and like collaging stuff. And it was such a fun spread. Like, it's not the best spread I've ever done, but I love the vibes. It really captured the springness that I was going for. I like how the pages are like two separate things, but then they also work together so well because of the green. And then for the finishing touches, I put some more blue highlighter in any places where I thought the drawings on the right page weren't standing out enough. Like, the sun wasn't really showing up that much in real life. It kind of is on camera, but I added more blue highlighter in between the rays so that it was more defined. And that's the finished spread, so I'll cue the aesthetic montage. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye!